2020 is almost over, and thank God. Ugh. So you're sucked. But you don't need me to say that, do you? Yeah, this has been it's been quite a year, hasn't it? I myself have had some experiences this year, and maybe I'll talk about them as we go on with this video. But it is time for me to do my end of the year wrap up slash channel update video, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. But first, we got to get the plugs out of the way. First of all, if you're subscribed, thank you for subscribing. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe, and then I'll thank you for subscribing. Seriously though, it'll help me out a lot if you hit the subscribe button. I also have Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. I'm pretty active on Twitter. I have a Facebook, if anybody still cares about that. I don't really know how many people really care about Facebook anymore. I don't see a lot of other like content creators post on Facebook as much as they used to, but it's there if you want to check it out. I have some other stuff too. I have an Instagram that I've been neglecting. I've mostly neglected it because, well, typically I would post just weird stuff I would find in my, excursions out into the world when I go to the store or thrift store or something, and I just post something. It was like, look at this. It's stupid. And because I haven't really gotten out much, that hasn't been happening. Maybe at some point I'll get back into that, but for now, if you want to check it out, it's there. I have an eBay store, mostly for stuff from my toy channel. We'll talk about the toy channel in a second, and I'm trying to sell things to just cut down on the clutter that I have here. A lot of stuff on there is from the toy channel, so other stuff is not from the toy channel as well. But also, I have other channels while we're on the subject. I have a gaming channel, Rob the Casual Gamer, where I upload my streams that I stream on Twitch. I also have a Twitch, Rob the Wonderful, same as this channel. And, of course, I have my toy channel, which is Rob's Toy Bin, which, as of me recording this video, is almost at 1,000 subscribers. And if I get 1,000 subscribers, I might be able to finally monetize it. And that will help me out so much because running a toy channel is very expensive. I've mostly been paying out of pocket for a lot of stuff on there, and it kind of hurts. So if you haven't subscribed to that channel, please head over there right now. Links to everything I just talked about are in the description below, so check that out. Everything should be there. So we got a lot to talk about, so right out the gate, let's start with something big. Copyright claims. Oh boy, copyright claims. I've mostly been quiet about this. I think I talked a little bit about a few things that happened on Twitter, but this channel has been under attack by copyright claims from like September all the way up to early November, or not November, December even. Yes, it's just been like week after week, just content claims and strikes. I've been getting strikes. I'll talk about those in a second from all different directions, all different companies or whatever. Most of them are probably just trolls. Let's be honest. But yeah, it's been a bit of a problem. I heard that some of the other content creators, like bigger ones, YouTubers, have had the same problem, which leads me to believe that the bots tend to, go through like motions, like they pick certain times where they just strike as many things as possible. And it seemed like that was the case because it all kind of happened at once. And other people seem to have had some problems with that. I know Loxton from the channel Noggin, he mentioned that a lot of his older videos were getting hit with copyright claims. Now, some of them have not been a big deal. There are a couple of companies that surprisingly are cool about taking down their claims. One of them, believe it or not, is Warner Brothers. Once I, fought the claim, they immediately take things down. When I released when I uploaded my Silverhawks review, Warner Brothers claimed a whole bunch of things on there, and, I disputed them. And before I even was able to put it out, it was like right after I uploaded it too, right after I finished processing, and they just hit it, and then I just disputed it, and right about the time when I was about to make it go live, it got the claims got taken down. So that was pretty cool of them. Another company that I've been hit a lot with, but has been really cool about it. It's a company called Wild Brain, and at first I didn't think this company was legit, but apparently they are. They apparently have some of the rights to a lot of Deke shows, so stuff like my Cops review, Jason the Wheeled Warriors, what else? I think Defenders of Dynatron City, surprisingly, which was, again, I'm amazed anyone's even bothering to claim that. But, yeah, apparently they do have rights to a lot of Deke shows, probably the ones that nobody wants, and it was super cheap to get. But, yeah, they claimed a lot of reviews I did of Deke shows. But there were another one that was kind of cool about it. They, I disputed the claim, and they, took it down, I guess. I don't know if it was automated or if an actual person did it, but whatever. They were cool about it, so I'm not going to complain. However, like I said, there were some strikes that happened, and even some video takedowns. So let's talk about that for a second. So the first one came, and I think I did talk about this on Twitter, was from Studio Ghibli, who put a claim on my reviews of Warriors of the Wind, which is the terrible early English localization of Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind. It's a bit of a long story with that one. And they also claimed my review of Tales from Earthsea, which I find interesting because that is probably their worst movie. And Warriors of the Wind is something they're greatly embarrassed about. So, I guess it makes sense they want to take it down. But their reviews, they take fair use into account. So I fought those, and then they fought back, and they had those videos taken down, and I got a strike. And then I, sent an appeal about, the strike, which you can do. And then they have to decide whether or not they want to sue me. They chose not to sue me, and then the videos got restored, so that was good. Then immediately after that, I got another claim. I forget the name of the company that did this, but they apparently have the rights to Denver the Last Dinosaur, and I used a little bit of the Denver the Last Dinosaur intro in my old video I did about animated intros. So they did that, and it was the same thing. They put the claim, I disputed it, then they, said no, and then I disputed that, then they had the video taken down, and I got another strike. By the way, when your videos get restored, your strike goes away, which is very helpful in this situation, because it was like, strike, video taken down, video put up, strike, went away, and then, the cycle repeated. So there wasn't really any overlap, thankfully, which is good, because I really don't know how temperamental the algorithm on YouTube is, because I've heard stories about people having their videos or their channels completely nuked for stupid reasons or just no reason at all. So, but anyway, they had the rights to Denver the Last Dinosaur, and even though I claim fair use on it, which is what I do with everything I do on this channel, because it is fair use. So I did that. The whole cycle started over again. They took the video down. I appealed. I put an appeal, and then the video eventually got put back up, and the strike got removed. And then immediately after that, another company, and I wish I could remember the name of this one. It was something Ireland. It had Ireland in the name. They put a claim on my review of the Garfield's Halloween Adventure, which is another very old video I did, and same thing happened. Interesting thing about this one, instead of outright just taking the video down, they gave me a warning saying that the video was going to be taken down, which I had never seen before. So they did that, and they said you had to remove your appeal after a certain period, and if you don't, the video gets taken down. So I didn't do it. The video got taken down. Again, I sent in an appeal. As of right now, that video is still down. I don't know how many days are left for them to decide whether or not they want to sue me. But likely that video will be put back up. It has been very stressful the past couple of months just because of that. Because every time I get hit with copyright claims, I'm always at work, and I can't do anything about it until like maybe 6 o'clock at night when after I have dinner and I come home. And I immediately go to the computer and I do my whole thing. I copy and paste my blanket statement that I made about content, about fair use and use of content and all that stuff. And no human beings read these things, so who cares? It just has to get to the point where the company is forced to sue you, and then they have to deem you not important enough to sue. And then everything goes back to normal. So likely we'll see that video back at some point. But it has been just one thing after another. I'm trying to be like attentive about it too, because like I said, I don't know how temperamental the algorithm is. I don't know. Like I'm hoping it sees that I'm working and not just letting it take my videos, and then eventually the channel gets taken down. God forbid. Also, I should mention that Frederator has been very helpful with that. I get in contact with one of their reps, and they tell me about how things work, and said, oh yeah, just let it go through. They let them decide to not sue you, and then it'll go back to normal. Thanks for reminding me why I'm still part of this network. It's nice to actually talk to a human being for problems like this. You know how it is. So yeah, that's been my life for the past couple of months, dealing with that constantly on this channel. So yeah, hopefully things seem to have been quieted down a bit. So I think we'll be okay for now. Okay, next topic: my release schedule, my abysmal release schedule of this year. You might notice that there really hasn't been. There was a big gap of, nothing on this channel for a while, and that happened for a number of reasons, which I'll talk about in a minute. But also, I haven't really done any other videos aside from Cartoon Clip Show in a while. I haven't done like a Rob Watches, and I've been meaning to do a video on like 5 anime that everyone likes, but I don't, and then another video corresponding with that. I just haven't had the time. Like, I haven't had time to. I won't say I haven't had time to watch new stuff for like Rob Watches videos, because I have, and I just haven't had time to like sit down and write, and the few times I do, I don't know what it is. I just can't. Like I've kind of like stumbled a bit when it comes to. When it comes to like Rob Watches and other videos I've been doing, like something just, I think it might just be exhaustion from a lot of stuff that's been happening, and we might as well get into that right now. So I did move this year. That was kind of a slow and excruciating process, and I won't get into the details of it, but let's just say I set out to move a lot earlier than I actually did. And again, I'm not going to go into details because it would take far too long to explain. But yeah, I do have a new place, which is very cool because I have more space, but at the same time, I don't have enough space, which is I don't know how to explain it. Like, I have a bigger filming area now, which is cool. Unfortunately, there's a lot of challenges coming with this new place. For as nice as it is, this room I'm filming in has a bit of an echo, and I don't know if you can hear it because I'm using a different microphone than I did last time, and whenever I listen to it, it does seem fine. The audio seems fine, but I hear the echo when I'm filming, and it makes me a little nervous and concerned that the video is not going to turn out so good. But then I watch the footage, and it turns out the video is fine. I did get some soundproofing for this room, the square foam things, and I have them all over the walls, even though they keep falling off the walls. I put them everywhere I possibly could, so hopefully that will that helped alleviate a lot of that. Also, the unit, this unit is great, but it has so many like weird things about it. Like for some reason, it's very dark in here. There's no ceiling lights at all in this place, which I found kind of strange. I didn't even realize that until after I finalized the purchase of it. So I have a lot of lamps that I've been using. I have my stage light right there, which is like illuminating the room. It looks pretty good through the viewfinder, but I feel like it could be better. Also, the DVDs kind of reflect light, so I need to not aim light directly at it. Also, my computer is right over there, and I don't know if it can be picked up by the microphone. It's on right now. I don't know if you can hear it, but I usually turn it off whenever I'm filming. Another big problem is the air conditioning in this unit, because right to my left here, there's a closet. Inside the closet is the air conditioning unit for this unit, and you can hear it. You can definitely hear it if it's on. So, in order to film, I have to turn it off, and turn it like actually off so that it doesn't kick on while I'm filming, which raises a lot of problems because it gets hot in here. I live in Florida. I just want to emphasize that. And I hate the heat. I don't work well in the heat. So basically my strategy is before I film, like while I'm just sitting around or while I'm setting up, I turn the air conditioning all the way down. And I turn this whole place into like an ice box. And then when I'm ready to film, I turn it off so it's nice and cool in here. It doesn't last very long, but it seems to be the most optimal solution to that. Also, you might notice the DVD shelves are different now. I tried to get the same ones as I had at the previous place. I still have those. They're in the other room. They have my video games on them. But unfortunately, it looks like they changed the design from last time I bought them. These are supposed to be up top. These are for like CDs or something. I wish that my shelves were more consistent, but I kind of like having these like this. Because when I do Cartoon Clip Show, I can put stuff on here as like decoration. So it's kind of nice having that. The one problem is, and I'll probably show a very quick clip of this. The place I'm living at now has what's called a runner, which is like a little piece of wood that goes like where the floor meets the wall. It just goes around the whole place. And the thing is, this is like away from the wall, so it's kind of I don't know if you can see that. Something just fell. I didn't even see what that was. Yeah, it's it's down there. Okay. Yeah, it's a little wobbly, and that makes me very nervous. So it's not like up against the wall. And these things have like brackets that you screw into the side, and then it lays against the wall, and you screw it into the wall so it stays. And the ones I have in the other room, I have those. I bought like bigger brackets. They look ugly, but at least they're holding the shelves in place. And this wall right here, this wall that I'm blocking with these shelves, has some very nice wallpaper on it. And I don't want to ruin the wallpaper, but I don't want these wobbly. I'll try to splice in some footage of what I'm saying, because they're away from the wall because of the runner at the bottom of the wall, and I can't drill into this wall because the wallpaper is nice, and I want to keep it nice in case I move out of here, whenever that might be. So I don't know. I don't know a solution to this problem. I don't want this thing falling on me. I do keep the DVDs down, so they're very bottom heavy, so maybe that helps. But if anybody has a suggestion, if anybody's good with like DIY stuff or something, please let me know. See if there's anything I can do to not feel nervous while I'm sitting under this thing while I'm filming. So yeah, the move definitely put a big delay on a lot of stuff I've been wanting to do. Also, I've been working a lot. I mentioned this in my June vlog, but yeah, we are currently still in quarantine. We still got to do social distancing and all that. A lot of people are not working because of that. They're at home, going stir crazy, trying to trying to pay their bills, and I don't want to get into it because I try not to be political on this channel, but if you've been paying attention, you know what's going on. I, on the other hand, I work an essential service. I work at a pharmacy, and we have been working nonstop since this whole thing happened. We were supposed to, in the summer months, we usually have like a slower, output. Not output, but it's the slow months for the pharmacy. But unfortunately, that has not happened. We have been constantly going at it, and I have been exhausted doing this. Things seem to be, a little bit less crazy right now, but throughout most of the year, I was just mentally and physically just not there, and I've been having some like problems, with this job I have, because I have to wear gloves all day, which is obvious, but it's kind of doing a number on my hands. Like let me show you this here. I don't know if you can see the side of my finger right there. I don't know how well that's going to turn out. All of this was just like calloused and flaky, and this one too. And I've been getting these weird like marks on my hand just because I wear gloves all day. I wear them for like almost 8 hours straight, and that's been a bit of a problem. The funny thing is I've been doing this for almost 2 years now, and I noticed last year I didn't really have any problems, at least with the gloves and all that. I've also been getting like weird marks like on my nose because of the mask I have to wear, and I wear a mask at work, and if I go out I have to wear a mask again, so that's become a problem. Also, my allergies have been bothering me. I've been told it's because when you wear the mask all day, you're constantly breathing your own air, so that when you take it off, you're breathing in fresh air, and it kind of does a number on your sinuses. And I've been sneezing a lot. If you come to my streams, if you've been watching the streams, you probably heard me be a little bit sniffly, and that's why, because I, out of nowhere, I'll just start sneezing, and, it's been doing a number on my sinuses, like my head's been hurting me, and I've been trying to take tablets for it every once in a while. I take nose spray, and it does help, but it does eventually come back. I suffered from allergies most of my life, and I took shots for it, and they went away, and now it seems like they're coming back because of this whole thing. Also, not that was a bit of a tangent, but also I should mention, and this is something I really learned last year. It's that when you have a full-time job, it is poison for content creation, because I do not have the time or the energy like I used to put out videos like I want. And it's incredibly frustrating for me, because I need this job, because I need the insurance, I need the money. I don't really get a lot of money from doing this, unfortunately, despite my best efforts, but I kind of need to do it. But at the same time, I also want to, put out regular videos. I have 3 channels that I've been trying to, keep up with, and it's been very difficult, because I just don't have the time to do the things I want to do, and I've been a little bit frustrated, and maybe even a little bit mentally drained because of it. And I think that's also goes back to why I've been having trouble doing other videos besides Cartoon Clip Show, and even Cartoon Clip Show I've been struggling with, and we gotta talk about that in a second. So unfortunately, I think aside from Cartoon Clip Show, I have to deprioritize everything else on this channel. That includes Rob Watches, which is unfortunate, because I know a lot of you guys really like Rob Watches, but if I could be completely honest for a second, I don't know why. Those videos are probably my least effort, lowest quality, just shortest. The short videos, I make mistakes in them. I say things wrong. I don't have time to do full research with them. They're usually like 6 minutes long on average, maybe, and I don't know. And granted, they don't get as many views usually as Cartoon Clip Show. That's why I'm staying focused on Cartoon Clip Show, because that's the money maker right there. But unfortunately, I don't feel like I have the time or the energy to put out other things on this channel anyway. I really don't know how else to describe it. It's just it's been very unfortunate because I do like making videos, but I can't because I'm constantly busy with other things, and I do have 2 other channels I'm trying to push as well. The gaming channel is not that difficult because it's basically just I set aside a couple hours to play some games and just hop online and I talk to people, and then I just I trim the stream a little bit, and then I just upload it to YouTube, and that's about it. The toy channel has been lingering mostly because, again, the move kind of messed things up a little bit. I do have stuff that I'm meaning to do a video on, do videos on. I have stuff just I bought recently that I want to check out and do videos. Also, filming the toy channel has been hard because I don't have my desk anymore. I have my new desk. I have to use that until I figure out where else I could possibly film here that'll be comfortable, and I have more space to work with. So we're just going to have to deal with that for now. But yeah, unfortunately, it looks like aside from maybe the occasional video on the toy channel, a couple of videos a week on the gaming channel, and I would theoretically like to have a Cartoon Clip Show out every month or every 2 months, but I can't guarantee that right now, and everything else unfortunately has to go away. I would still like to do Rob Watches on, occasion. I want to do one on Long Gone Gulch because I supported that during their Kickstarter, and I do want to see how well it turned out. People who got early screenings of it said it was really good, so hopefully it is really good, and I'll do a review on it to protect my investment. And that transitions into what I want to do for next year. I don't know what I'm going to be reviewing next, and the reason for that is because, well, I'm going to let you guys in on what was the original plan for next year. I was going to do 4 massive reviews on the Masters of the Universe cartoons. I was going to do the original Masters of the Universe, She-Ra, and then do the New Adventures of He-Man, which a lot of people don't talk about, and then the 2002 Masters of the Universe. I was going to do it for, the release of the new Masters of the Universe, the one done by Kevin Smith on Netflix. I'm not entirely sure when that one is coming out. I thought it was supposed to come out this year, but I guess it got pushed back. But, yeah, it's something that I've been meaning to do for a while. But then, I thought about it, and I'm like, that's a lot of work. The original Masters of the Universe show alone is 130 episodes of watching. And for those of you who don't know, when I do Cartoon Clip Show, I watch the whole thing. Yeah, Clone Wars, I watch the whole thing. Thundercats, I watch the whole thing. Anytime I have a long series, I watch the whole thing because I want to absorb the whole spectrum of what's going on so I can do my review. Masters of the Universe is 130 episodes. She-Ra is less than that. New Adventures of He-Man is about the same as She-Ra, I think. I don't remember. 65 episodes, I think. I think She-Ra is a little bit longer. And then 2002 He-Man, which is less, the least of them all, unfortunately, because it got cut short. But yeah, that is a lot of work. And I'm starting to doubt myself. And I want to do it, but I don't think I'm capable of doing it at this time. But I still want to do it for a number of reasons. One, because I've been meaning to get back into, Masters of the Universe for a while. I want to rewatch it. And that's another reason why I do Cartoon Clip Show. It helps me revisit a lot of things that I used to watch and, see how well they've held up. Here's another thing. Okay, I got to show you something here. Okay, so you see these right here? These are the DVD sets for the New Adventures of He-Man, the '90s He-Man, the reboot. Not it's not really a reboot, but I'm not going to get into that. These were expensive, particularly Volume 2. You notice how I have it in plastic? Yeah, there's a reason for that. Volume 1, not so much, but Volume 2, I was looking for this for a very long time. This usually sells for a lot of money. Like, we're talking over $100 for a DVD set, for this DVD set. I managed to find one for a reasonable price, like earlier this year. So I was able to, I snagged it, and now I have it. The reason why I have these is because the New Adventures of He-Man doesn't get talked about that much. And because of that, it hasn't been preserved online. You can find it online, but it's like really crappy VHS rips. When I do Cartoon Clip Show, I like to get the best possible footage I can get that is within my power. Sometimes it doesn't always work out, but this is the only way I can get good footage of the New Adventures of He-Man with these DVD sets. I spent a lot of money on this, and that also factors into why I want to do this, because I want to get to this. I also want to rewatch it because, again, it doesn't get talked about that much. It's like remembered, but not really remembered. So I really don't know what to do about this. I want to do the Masters of the Universe retrospective, but I don't know if I have the strength to do it. I don't have the power of Grayskull right now. So, yeah, like I'm leaning toward doing it. The problem is if I do decide to do it, I have to start like right now. Like I have to, as soon as I'm done here and rendering this video, I have to get out the episodes of Masters of the Universe, and I have to start watching right now and taking notes, and it's a lot of watching. I'll probably spend like an entire month watching He-Man, and as much as I do love Masters of the Universe, there's only so much of it I can take. Yeah, that's basically what's happening right now. I don't know what to do. Maybe I'll leave it up to you guys. If you want to see me do the Masters of the Universe retrospective, let me know. Otherwise, maybe I'll try to move on to something else, maybe something shorter to see, I don't want, that's another thing, I don't want the entire year to be me doing Masters of the Universe. I did a whole year of Star Wars one year for the release of Force Awakens, and that was a very exhausting experience. But I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you think I should do about this? So let me know, and we'll see. Maybe I'll just start watching He-Man and see how I feel about it, and we'll see where we go from there. But yeah, that's basically what's been going on with me. I've been hanging in there as best I could. All things considered, there's stuff happening in the world out of our control right now, and also stuff happening directly in my life that is also affecting me on top of that. And I don't I'm trying to just push through, and I don't know how much longer I can push through without having to say I need some time off. That is why the gaming streams have kind of been helpful, because it's just me sitting down and playing a game and just chilling out for a little bit. And it does help, even though it does take up a lot of time, it does help. So follow me on Twitch, Rob the Wonderful, and subscribe to my gameplay channel and my toy channel. It'll help me out. Let's see, is there anything else I wanted to bring up before we end this? Because I've been talking for a while. I think that's about it. Yeah. So, I guess we'll just end the year like this. We don't know what's going to happen next year, which seems pretty appropriate. So, yeah. For the time being, thanks for watching, and thanks for being patient with me this year with, the hiatus I had to take, for all the reasons I needed to take it. And keep watching. And I'm not quitting just yet. If I do ever decide to quit, you'll know. I'm not going to just drop off the face of the earth unless I get hit by a car or something. So don't worry about it. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'm going to get this video up as soon as I can. Check out my other stuff and give me some feedback on some of the stuff that I mentioned in this video. So, yeah, thanks. And I guess I'll see you guys later.